Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, you are listening, caring partner.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Perminus Wainaina of Corporate Staffing Services, and you believe that being real is the key to your success.
Sure.
Tell us about Corporate Staffing Services. How did that idea begin?
Corporate Staffing Services is a HR consultancy firm, and we mainly offer two services. The first service being recruitment, in that companies come to us to help them get the right people on board. We also help the same organizations ensure that they have proper HR structures. So we've done this for top medium-sized firms in Kenya, and of late we've also serviced international companies coming to do business in Kenya.
Those are the services that you offer and the projects
Yes.
that you offer.
Yes.
But how did the idea start from the very beginning? Because you've come from an accounting finance background.
Yes.
Yeah. How did it begin?
What happened is, I'll take you back where my career, just like you said, initially it was accounting finance. And what happened was my first employer was a bank. And I was actually a front office person. I'm the one who used to interact with customers, customer service and a cashier. So I formed a relationship with SME owners. So it so happened when I moved to employment to a more defined accounting role, I still kept in touch with these people. And what would happen would be once in a while they'd ask me, Perminus, do you have someone you'd recommend for such and such a position? I realized in a span of 1 year, while still being employed, that I had actually helped 5 of my friends back in the village, and some I had met in Nairobi. So I went, researched, is there a business aspect here, is there a business angle? And started doing it also. Still part-time when I was being employed, at a very low level. I wouldn't say really I set out in a big way to do it as a business. When I looked at the regulations, the requirements, number one was to be registered with the Ministry of Labor. I hadn't left by then. Yeah. So I saw it something that I could be able to do. So what happened is I resigned, and by then the client portfolio had started to grow. And then that's the time I sought the registration with the Ministry of Labor, went back to class for a HR certification. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. We are based in Westlands, and for now we have 10 staff.
Starting such a business, how much finances would you require?
The issue was really not finance.
For you?
Yes, because remember, I had contacts. I was 29 years then, so I knew people who either they are looking to change jobs or people from fresh graduates. So I had at my fingertips, if you could ask me, do you know someone who could be a good receptionist? It wouldn't take me 2 days. And here I had also employers who we had a better relationship. Some of them 4 years, 5 years. So what would happen at that point, it was a very basic assignment, just bringing the two together, just making sure there's a good understanding that whoever you are recommending is someone who can be able to deliver. And the employer, you also know them well. What are they looking for? What are they offering, in terms of compensation? What are the prospects for this employee? Yeah. So when you ensure there's a right fit, it was very easy now to have the two meet and start working together.
You started off with SMEs. Why did you choose SMEs instead of the corporate established companies?
For me, the SME was an easy entry point.
In what sense?
Those are the contacts I had by then. The bank I was working for had a microfinance setup.
Okay.
And so whoever I was interacting with were people actually at that level. So I wouldn't really say there were corporates. Yeah, we were dealing with people, microfinance setup, low level. So, and those are the people I had relationship with.
So you get out from employment, you start the company. What was the process like for you to be where you are today?
Looking back, I would say it was really a risk, and I'm not so sure I knew what I was doing. And because I didn't follow the path where people advise, go do a business plan. The minute I found that it was working, I had people who had faith in me. I had clients who trusted us as a firm. And then again, we were also not looking to start in a big way. Minimal investment. I remember my first office I was sharing with someone. Our expectations were really basic. We didn't want to start in a way that we'd feel overwhelmed.
Okay, keep talking about we. Who's a we?
Well, I'm married, so my wife really gave me a lot of support. I would always consult her.
Wainaina, we must go on a break, but when we come back, we want to talk about the challenges, really, and of course the competition, because this market of human resources is really saturated.
Yeah.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Don't go away.
The new Equity Auto Branch MasterCard with PayPass lets you enjoy a faster, cashless, more secure card experience. You can tap and swipe your shopping, pay your bills, and fuel at no charge. You can also withdraw and deposit cash at equity agents and ATMs countrywide and access your bank account from any MasterCard outlets worldwide when you travel. Visit your Equity Bank branch today and get yours instantly.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Our guest is Perminus Wainaina of Corporate Staffing Services. Wainaina, because of the joblessness that there is in this country, can anyone just walk into your office and just ask for a job? And are you able to place them?
Like I said in the beginning, we have two clients. And for these, we have the employer and we have the professionals looking for placement. If I can talk about the candidates, our office is open, 8:30 up to 5:30 daily and over the weekend, up to 1 p.m. for Saturday, and we encourage candidates to come. However, a lot of the requests we get from employers are people who are skilled, say a minimum of 1 year and above. As a fresh graduate, we can still get into a discussion in terms of how we can help you, but 95% of the requests are actually for people who are skilled. There's a reason to that, because employers pay for this service. We don't charge candidates anything. So you normally find, for those low-level positions, for fresh graduates, trainees, those ones they can get from the market. And they're willing to spend time training. But for the others, where they need real skills, where they need someone already up-to-date, switched on, these are services where now they come to us to go out to the market and get the right candidate. Someone will be able to come in and start delivering in the shortest time possible.
And therefore, what do you do with those that you cannot place?
For the graduates, we've embarked on training. We normally have seminars, which again are free of charge, or if there's a cost, it's very minimal. And what we are trying to do is impart them with job skills. In fact, we call them job preparedness seminars. So, and we invite professionals. We've invited someone in the media last year where we had graduates with a media background, basically to let them know how to transition from being a student now to a professional.
And what sets you apart?
What we endeavor to do is have a very personalized service for both clients. If it's the employers, really try to understand who they are. It's not an issue of numbers. If you go for numbers, that's where you make a mistake. Because I would rather have you for 5 years or in eternity, because I understand you. I understand your pain as an employer. I understand your concerns. I understand what you're really looking for in a candidate. Yeah, I know when you're at your weakest. For a job seeker also, it's not just a matter of also just forwarding your CV. It's having a sit down with them, understanding where do you want to look for a position, what key skills do you really possess? That way you'll be successful as a consultant. And it's achieving the right fit. Yeah. And that is what has kept us going for the last 6 years.
What are the challenges do you face in your kind of services that you offer?
Looking at the issue of unemployment, we really have many candidates chasing very few opportunities. So the first challenge would be really to meet the client expectations, to make sure you really meet in a costly and time-effective manner. Yeah, that would be the first challenge. And the second challenge would be to make both parties understand. Because remember, as an employer, you are probably looking to minimize cost. And as an employee, it's the reverse.
So how do you deal with that conflict?
There are a lot of things at hand. For example, if it's salary, there's a market rate. It will be very hard to imagine that you are the first person to have such a position in the world. Because the position we've recruited in Kenya, which we've tried to source here, it has not been possible, and we've even gone out of the market to do that. So there's data, you rely on data. If this is the salary range, you let the employer know, and also the candidate know.
Are you specifically now dealing with the SMEs, or have you also included the corporate world in terms of salary structures?
Yeah. What has happened is, remember the SMEs that we started with 5 years ago? They're really no longer the one-man show startups. So they are now at a certain level. So you find a lot of our clients, the bulk of our clients right now, are corporates. Yeah, these are people with a minimum of 15 staff and above and growing, and people with a turnover of 70 million and above. Our service is also not cheap. So firms which can be able to afford are firms which are already established.
Are you specialized when it comes to recruitment?
We do recruit across the board. In the last 6 years, we've been able to recruit professionals in the finance, ICT, human resource, even for non-governmental organization, hospitality. So I would say even managing directors. So it's across the board.
And 10 years from now, where do you see yourself?
We are living in interesting times. For us, we are seeing a lot of companies looking to set base in Kenya. Kenya is being recognized as one of the countries to be in Africa. And we want to be part of that success story. If you've also been keen, new industries are emerging, the oil industry. And so there's a lot to do. So as a firm, we also looking to position ourselves such that we can really add value to our employers and to our candidates, even in the new industries.
What advice would you give a job seeker when they're coming to you and looking for a job right now?
For the job seeker, what I would say is they need really to be prepared.
When you say prepared, what does that mean?
There's a lot of confusion in the market. Candidates don't know who they are. They don't know what they have to offer to an employer. They don't know what skills they possess. It's astonishing, whether you're talking to a fresh graduate or someone with 10 years of experience. A majority cannot articulate and say, as a Wainaina, I have these skills. I can be able to deliver in these areas. Yeah. There's also an overemphasis on papers. Yes. 99% of the companies we recruit for, rarely do they ask for an MBA. Just an example. But you find there's a craze. And if you go to our website, you can be able to find some of the top companies we recruit for in different sectors in this country. And rarely would they ask for an MBA. They ask for specialist knowledge. If you're an accountant, probably they need you to have certain skills in accounting. Yes, it's not bad. But you really need to understand who you are and where you fit in the market. Yeah, there's a lot of hard mentality.
What advice would you give, even especially the SME, seeking for new employees?
Yeah. For SMEs, corporates, the issue you find now is lack of structures. You come, you don't have a job description. You don't appraise your staff. You don't have the requisite tools. So how do you expect this person to deliver? Assume you've even gotten the best employee, but you've not put, the foundation is weak, or it's not, sometimes it's non-existent. How do you expect this person to deliver? So that's the major challenge. So I would say for SMEs, invest in structures. Have a plan in place way before you even have this person on board. Yeah, and it will remove a lot of this common friction we see and a lot of this high turnover. Because when you sit and realize, yes, for this position, I need this caliber of a person. rarely will you make a mistake. But when you start with a candidate, when they're there now, that's the time you're wondering, what do you do? Yeah, if it's, let's say, an administration person, you also want to send them to pick your clothes at the dry cleaner, pick your children at school. What happens? This person, at a given point, they already feel, this is not what I was cut out to be. But if you are hiring a personal assistant and you make it clear that part of your duties will be to pick children from school, this someone knows from the beginning. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wainaina. It's
Thank
really
you
a
too.
pleasure having you on our show.
Thank you.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Don't go away.
Environment of entrepreneurship is fraught with, uncertainty, a bit more of taking risk, the ability to wait after investing. Sometimes you lose fast before you make money.
Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Have a blessed week.